In a speech later today, President Biden is expected to call on Congress to temporarily suspend the federal gas tax. Joining us now, presidential coordinator at the State Department, Amos Hochstein. He's become the president's point person on energy security following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Thanks for being on. I guess, first of all, if this comes to be the gas pulling of the gas tax, at least temporarily, how much is that really going to help with gas prices?
Well, first, good morning, Mika. It's good to be here. As you said, the president's going to call for Congress to suspend the federal gas tax for 3 months. That's about 18 cents per gallon of the federal taxes. And he's going to call on governors across the country to follow his lead and to do the same, either by suspending their state taxes on gasoline or taking similar measures like rebates and others. The average state tax is about 30 cents. So altogether, that could have a real impact of 50 cents per gallon on the American public.
Good morning. It's Jonathan Lemire. Wanted to ask, the gas tax is something the White House had debated for a time internally, briefly opposed, now coming around to it. But you got to convince Congress to go with it, too. And it seems like a lot of not just Republicans, but some Democrats are very squeamish about this. How are you going to get them to change their minds?
Look, since Putin amassed troops outside Ukraine and ultimately invaded Ukraine, and the unprecedented actions that the president, in rallying the world together, has taken, from sanctioning much of their banking industry, financial industry, their energy sector, that has had an impact of almost $2 a gallon for the American public. The president has said consistently that we are going to continue to stand up to Putin and to support Ukraine and freedom. But at the same time, there's a cost, and he'll do whatever he can to mitigate those costs on the American family. So I think the place that we're in today really requires additional action. And at these kinds of increases at the pump, I think it's the right thing to do. The president believes that we can suspend this tax for a period of 3 months during the busy summer driving season to give some breathing room for American families. And I think that he looks forward to working with Congress to get that done. But it's important to note that this is the culmination of historic, unprecedented actions that the president has taken. He's increased, he's released 180 million barrels from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. He's rallied the world to add another 60 million, so 240 million globally of barrels of oil from reserves onto the market. And he's called on the industry to increase both production and refining products so that we have an ability to reduce the price at the pump over time. I think this suspension of the gas tax will give an immediate relief during this summer.
If you get to a point where you've got the federal tax and the state tax and you're getting to 50 cents on the gallon, and that is going to be very welcomed by people, but how on earth are you going to reinstate that after 3 months? And nobody's going to thank you for then turning around in 3 months' time and saying, oh, by the way, here's another 50 cents a gallon that you're going to have to pay for your gas. I just don't see how you put it back on again.
Well, I think that we're going to suspend it for 3 months only during a time when we have seasonally, we always have an increase in demand for gasoline, increased demand for diesel during the summer. So after September, when that demand comes down, it will enable the prices to come down as well. But in the meantime, this is also part of a broader effort for the president to work with the industry to see what their ideas, what can we do and what can they do to invest some of their record profits back into increasing production, increasing refining. In other words, bringing some of these refineries back. Look, during the pandemic, they shut down a number of refineries, which is causing a lot of the crunch that we're in now for gasoline and diesel. So some of those can't come back, but some of them can. So this will also give us time for the industry to do what it should be doing, which is looking for ways to invest into bringing on additional capacity, and that will really bring down the prices in the long term.
Presidential coordinator at the State Department, Amos Hochstein, thank you very much for being on the show this morning. Katty Kay.